What's a secret you won't share with anyone in person, but you are willing to share anonymously? Content warning, talk of assault, R, and self-termination discussion. Story 1. I own a 5-foot-tall intercourse doll while living with 2 grandmas and my mom. It was interesting ordering the doll and getting this big box weighing 80 pounds into the house with no one noticing. I sat outside waiting for UPS to arrive just so no doorbell was rung. Had to go through the front door, through the hallway, then into my room. Somehow I did it with no one seeing. After owning her for about a week, it's a real bee trying to keep her clean with people around. So strategizing cleanup times in the bathroom sure is a chore. One time I had her in the bathtub to clean up and just took a shower so no one would question. Then I opened the bathroom door to see my grandma waiting to use it. I just had to pray she didn't open the shower curtains while doing her business, in which she didn't. So a few months go by, some family needs to move in. I would now share my room with my brother and his girlfriend temporarily. I hid the doll in a big enough box inside my closet. No one knows I have this life-size doll, and I would rather keep it that way. I see what kind of video this is gonna be. Looking at the clock. Yeah, too early to grab a drink, so I guess I'm doing this one sober. Great. Story 2. My friend and I masturbate together occasionally. We don't jerk each other off, we keep our hands to ourselves. We just watch some adult entertainment and beat our meat on the couch. We both really enjoy it. Edit, because this seems to be coming up, no, I'm not gay, no, I'm not bi, no, I'm not attracted to men, yes, I am sure, no, you can't convince me otherwise. Edit 2. Thanks for all the questions and comments. I did my best to answer most of you. I am logging out of this. It's my throwaway account, so I won't be answering anything else for the rest of the day. If you have a question, odds are it's already in here somewhere. If you really want to ask me stuff about this, feel free to PM me. I'll try to remember to log back into this account tomorrow. Cheers. Just charging your J.O. crystal, bro. No big deal. Story 4. When I was very young, I'd put my mom's vibrator in my mouth and turn it on because it felt funny. What the F is wrong with me? Edit, crap, I didn't expect this to blow up. I'm a guy, I obviously didn't know what it was used for. I don't remember the taste. It didn't leave any impression on me. I was doing it because of vibrating sensation, not the taste. I'm pretty sure it was clean, or at least that's what I've been telling myself all these years. You were a kid, don't beat yourself up. I've chewed on condoms before because of the effing Coneheads movie. Were you a kid? Story 5. The first time I had tushy intercourse, I wasn't aware that I needed to clean everything out beforehand. It got real messy real quick. I was mortified. Crap happens. If he sticks it in there, he has to know there can be repercussions. And if you want that on purpose, there's even a community for you. Folks, try to educate yourself before you do stuff, like any stuff. There are things you don't know, I promise you. You might think you know, you don't. And if you feel the need to say, trust me, I know, in the comments, you really don't know. Story 6. I've been offered a threesome with my mate and his girlfriend, thinking of taking it up. Be careful, you don't want to fall for the old, hey mate, come have a threesome with my girlfriend and me, only to get there on your mate telling his girlfriend is running late and the two of you should start without her. Upvote for Diet Gay. Well done. Story 7. About 3 months after finding out that my now ex-wife was having an affair with our subsequent split, I got really depressed. On 2 separate occasions, I downed a 5th of whiskey and played Russian roulette. Once, the bullet was only 1 chamber over. The other time, it was 2 away from the chamber. I never told anyone about it. I was already getting tons of sympathy, and I hated it. I hate when people feel sorry for me, so I never told anyone. Edit. Thank you all so much for your kind words. Sometimes I forget what a great community this can be. For clarification, this was in 2014. I'm stable and moving on with my life now. I saw a shrink for a time, and it helped a ton. That and exercise. Best solutions I know for conquering depression. If I can come back from that, anyone can come back from anything. Never give up. Fight until you're exhausted and then fight a little more. No matter who you are or what's happened to you, somebody somewhere loves you. Sounds like it sucked, dude. I'm glad you're still with us. That situation sounds pretty effed up for sure. I can definitely understand why you'd go where you went. I hope things are much better for you now. I like these posts where people who went through that kind of depression let you know there is hope and help. Good message. Glad things worked out. Story 8. I'm the reason my cousin is mentally handicapped. We are the same age, and when we were 7, our grandpa bought dirt bikes for us. Well, we decided to make our own trail in the woods, took the entire summer. I put this tree branch purposefully at roughly head level just so he could duck under it and it would look awesome. The branch was heavy, but I was able to sit it conveniently between two trees. He was more brave than me, so he went first. Being dumb kids, we didn't wear helmets. I yelled for him to duck, but he didn't and hit his head on the branch, got knocked backwards, and hit his head again straight into the ground. I told everyone it was an accident. Grandpa sold the dirt bikes. I didn't see my cousin a whole lot after that. That was nearly 25 years ago. I see him every Christmas, and it's always the same, in a wheelchair being spoon-fed by his mom. He can't speak, he likes to draw funny shapes, he most likely doesn't remember the incident, and I don't know if he remembers me. But that's what haunts me. Honest mistake, you did nothing other kids didn't do. It's no one's fault. Life is just hard sometimes. I'm sorry you feel so guilty, understandable, but serves no purpose. Story 9. I could never commit self-termination, but I sometimes ponder about how easy it would be to just not have to deal with life. The last 2 years of my life have been emotionally very difficult. It's gotten a little bit better, but it's still not where I wish it was. I use homework as a coping mechanism, and I also use it to get out of my house, where I honestly hate spending time. When I get off work, I try to find things to do just so I don't have to sit there alone, falling asleep alone. My bed feels so goddamn huge. I try to find things to do just so I don't have to sit there alone, falling asleep alone. Damn, man, this one hits home. I hate falling asleep because inevitably I spend 1 to 2 hours trying to get my brain to shut up and my thoughts usually suck. I don't think I'm at a point where I could off myself to end it all, and I hope I'll never get there. But I do always think it would be easier if I could just fall asleep one day and never wake up. That would be so easy. I'd take that option in an instant. Keep your head up, bro. You're not alone out there. I know that dealing with depression and thoughts of self-harm isn't easy, not even a little, and it feels hopeless. Folks, if you're feeling that way, please seek help, talk to someone you can trust, preferably a therapist. Even if you don't think you could ever actually harm yourself, but you're preoccupied with it and depressed, please talk to someone. Things can get better, a lot better. Story 10. When I was a kid, I had Sims 2 for PS2. I would make my Sims woohoo and let the controller vibrate on my clit. I made my Sim continuously woohoo. I was a weird kid. Don't worry, when I was playing Halo on original Xbox, me and a bunch of random kids online all got plasma pistols and gathered under a staircasing game so you didn't have to hold down crouch, and we all stood really close overcharging the pistols. The vibration was like a mini earthquake from all the proximity vibrations. Then we all talked to each other about how it felt to put it places, lol. You got it all wrong. You need to sit in the turret of the warthog and never let go of the trigger. Story 11. There was this teacher in my previous college that I befriended. He became sort of a mentor and probably one of the most closest people in my life. You know, the kind of person you feel you've known forever. He emotionally blackmailed me for intimate favors. I never told anyone in person. He was married, still is if I recall properly. I don't know if what he did to me was the worst or the absolute betrayal I felt. Edit. For people who say that it is my fault and that I should take risk possibility for what happened, I'd like to ask you if you'd tell the same thing to your daughter if she came to you with something like this. Anyone who wants to blame the OP can absolutely get the F out. When someone can use a position of power and emotionally blackmail a person, you don't blame the victim. That is just awful, and I'm sorry you went through that. Story 12. I was hard when I was like 6, but I'm a guy, so I don't tell anyone. I told a therapist once, and she was like, "How do you know?" Like, honestly, don't effing ask me that. I know what effing happened. Also, I'm glad this is starting to be taken more seriously, judging from these comments. Well, that's a cue to get a new therapist. It sounds like you have, which is good, but holy damn, red flag. Story 13. My ex-wife effed her sister's husband on New Year's Eve 1998. Edit. The 4 of us, no. That is it. The sisters sort of made up. My ex told me that it was R. I don't know what to believe. I'm just glad that I am divorced from that family and the drama. I have the most amazing girlfriend now. We talk, we communicate very well. It's a mature adult relationship. Good riddance to their BS. I have so many stories. My ex-sister-in-law would punish her and my kids by not letting them play together, age 6, when she was mad with her sister. I've waited outside in the street while my ex-sister-in-law's inside talking to her husband about their daughter, and when their car alarm goes off and people come running out of the house, I am to protect the daughter by controlling my ex-brother-in-law. Crazy crap. Story 14. I have a fleshlight buried deep in my closet. I haven't used it for years. When I did use it, I used to shove it in the opening of a filled laundry bag so it would be like effing something with heat and mass. I had some very lonely times in college, and that really helped me through it. I'm too hesitant to throw it away because I don't want someone to find it. I know the day I throw it away, there will be a freaking storm or flood that blows the trash can over and spills it all over the street, or the garbage bag will rip open, or it will bounce out of the garbage truck and into the street. So it sits in my closet until the day I die and my family has to discover it. Thanks for the inspiration. Holy crap. I gotta go proposition that missus. Guys, there's nothing wrong with having your own adult toys. Time to normalize that stuff, just like vibes and stuff. I've owned a few toys. I'm not going to list them here, but that is a weird stigma we can just be done with now. Story 15. We want to make everyone aware that if you need help, resources are available. There's places where well-meaning and sympathetic people will try and help, but be aware they aren't trained. The befrienders.org website is a global list of call help charities. You can use it to find a hotline in your country that you can call or email them for free. They'll speak to you and try and help you without being judgmental. I expected this to take a much darker turn and was pleasantly surprised. Fortunately, no puppies were harmed in the making of this post. Story 16. I used to comb my butt hair with my sister's styling comb when she would pee me off. This is effing funny. Story 17. I have 4 sisters, I'm the only guy, and I've banged all their best friends. I didn't say anything because I want my sisters to keep bringing friends home. I have 4 sisters and I'm the only guy, and I've banged all, please no, their best friends. That was close. Story 18. I think that I am beginning to hallucinate every once in a while. It's mostly little things that are there and then they aren't. Is it straight on in your vision or your peripheral vision? Or when you quickly look somewhere and see something that isn't real? That would be quite normal. If you're seeing these things dead on for more than a second, then there might be something wrong. Yeah, it's usually never more than a second, but it has been happening with more frequency in the last month. Story 19. Pretty sure I'm obsessed with being in a relationship, and I've started finding any woman that talks to me attractive. I don't want to judge one way or another, but I will say, if you feel like you are that desperate to be in a relationship, it might be wise to, sorry, broken record, talk to a therapist. I know I say it a lot, but if it is enough that you are aware of it and it concerns you, you might want to dig a little deeper. Story 20. I posted this in a different sub, but my wife thinks I go to work 30 minutes early because of my military training. In reality, I get there early to watch a rerun of Dog the Bounty Hunter with the boys. That's by far the cutest, horrible spousal secret I've ever heard. If I were your wife, even if I found out, I would never let you know. Dude, do you have any idea how many people are going to fall asleep to the DKC soundtrack tonight because of this post? This was your gift to the world for this night. Story 21. One time my wife and I got really drunk. The scallops she ate weren't sitting well, so she went to sit on the floor of a hot shower. I join her and we're just sitting there hugging and she suddenly pukes all over me. Not so bad as we're in the shower anyway. A little later she has to pee, and since neither of us want to move, I just let her go. So she does, on me. True effing love, yo. So goddamn beautiful. Story 22. My life feels much more normal after reading this thread. That's a weird secret. Please like and subscribe if you made it this far. I hope you'll enjoy the rest of the video and have a wonderful day. Story 23. My friend's wife doesn't love him anymore, but she doesn't want to divorce him because of their baby girl. I think they'll separate in less than a year. Edit, for people asking how I know this information, her husband is my friend, not close, but still consider him a good friend. We and the wife have friends in common. They've arranged free days for each other, and she gets Tuesday, he gets Thursday. It's been 3 times now that she comes to a friend gathering, gets a couple of drinks, 2 or 3 beers, so she's not even close to drunk when doing it, and starts crying of how she isn't happy with her guy because she doesn't love him anymore and wants to get out but can't due to her daughter. 5 people know about this, including myself, and to my knowledge, the husband doesn't know yet. I have to add, I do not feel comfortable intervening in other people's business if they want to separate or stay together. I think that's something they must decide as a couple. I cannot brainwash or suggest someone into being together or separating their spouse. It's not right to me. All I can do is lay down the facts for the other person and let them take their decision. Living the dream, mate. Happy travels. That's a monumentally tough situation to be in. Best I can say is maybe talk to her about it. Let her know that while separating might be hard, staying together with someone you don't love isn't great for a child. Trust me on this. Story 24. Did it with my cousin regularly for a few years till the pregnancy. Roll Tide. So many are rolled tides in this thread. It's actually disturbing. Story 25. I sneeze when I'm turned on. I'm always turned on. Everyone in my life thinks I have bad allergies. In reality, I'm thinking about effing half the guys in the room. Thought I was the only one who has anything like this. Like, I'll be lying in bed and randomly thinking of a dirty, naughty thought and sneeze 2 seconds later. After a few seconds, I'll see if my girlfriend is up for it. Story 26. I don't tell people I'm autistic in person until I've known them for multiple years. Sometimes by the time I've told them, they're like, yeah, no offense, but I've known for pretty much the whole time I knew you. My friend does as well, as he found out after sending me a lot of autism memes and all that, so when he found out I was laughing with him about it and nothing changed. He's still the same guy. Hey, I think that is totally you're right. There are still a lot of people in society who stigmatize autism, and frankly, that is your information to share if and when you want. It doesn't suddenly change the person you are. You're still the person they've known, so you shouldn't feel any pressure to have to tell anyone. Story 27. Literally the only thing keeping me alive is that I don't want my children to grow up without a father. If anything happens to them, I'm dead. Edit. Thank you so much for the encouragement. It really means a lot to me. I am getting therapy and have meds. It's been a long road and there doesn't seem to be an end in sight yet. My mom was like this. Please get help. You don't have to live like this. Your kids can tell, and it's affecting them. They love you and want you not just to trudge through life, but to be happy. You deserve to be happy. Seconded. My dad was like this. Your kids want you to be happy on your own terms. Edit. Realize was is misleading in my case. He's alive and well because he got help. Story 28. I reveal to a friend that I am a closet schizophrenic who has had daily conversations for 40 years with my daughter who passed away as an infant. I cannot tell you how liberating it was to finally share something that I couldn't even reveal to my therapist. Now that I'm outed, I've shared the news with my husband, best friend, and therapist. What did I learn? That they suspected my condition all along and are unconditionally supportive. Story 29. I don't really enjoy living anymore. I'm just going through the motions at this point. Same here. No idea how to fix it either. I'll keep on saying it. Therapy. I had a friend who was struggling. Used to say they genuinely knew they wouldn't be happy and that life wasn't worth living. That was over a decade ago, before therapy, and they're doing so much with their life now. It's hard to believe in happiness until you find it. Story 30. I would never say this to her face, but Pam is a wonderful person and a gifted artist. Story 31. No one posted their credit card details. After Equifax, that isn't a secret anymore. Story 32. I bought pizza from Little Caesars while wearing a butt plug once. Edit. Of course, my first comment to break 1K is on my alt and something I can never brag about. Ooh, hey, I once went to a sporting event that had a metal detector and I set it off and had to explain to the security officer why. Oh, you all want to know why? Yeah, I'll bet you do. Story 33. I've cried myself to sleep for years every night. The longest time that I haven't has been 3 nights. If I was there, I'd give you a hug. Story 34. I regularly post ads on Craigslist for gangbang meetups. I would be disowned if my very Christian family ever found out. Yeah, who the hell still uses Craigslist? Craig. Story 35. I am a leader at my church, volunteer, not paid or making a career of it. I used to teach Sunday school, still occasionally fill in if someone is sick. Went to a Christian college for a bit. Minored a New Testament Greek, married a Christian girl. Had kids who are growing up in our church. I can no longer bring myself to honestly believe in God. I wish I could, but it just doesn't make any sense. I only maintain the illusion of keeping the faith because it would cause a lot of heartbreak to people who I really care about if they knew. It's like I lost a friend who I had for 34 years, who I was super close to, who was always there for me, who knew me better than anyone else. But I can't mourn this loss because my family and close friends still believe this friend is alive, and if I tell them, I don't believe they'll feel like they lost me. Grew up in a similar situation, though without the Christian partner or kids, thankfully. That would be difficult. However, I still have people in my life who think I'm 1, Christian and 2, straight. And I can't bring myself to tell them that I'm an atheist who is also pan. So, you have my sympathy, OP. Story 36. I don't really want to be with my girlfriend romantically, but she's my best friend, and I don't want to lose her from my life, so I won't break it off. Story 37. The only thing that stopped me from self-termination is the reminder that my student loans would just pass to my parents if I did, and I don't want to inflict my bills on them or my little bro. Edit. Wow, I wasn't expecting this kind of reaction. Just wanted to share. Thank you all so much. Story 39. I saw LeBron James' wiener on TV. Remember when LeBron dunked on somebody or some crap and Marv Albert was like, "Yeah, LeBron James showing off his MVP-ness." Story 41. Ate a huge sub at Subway. On my way out, I let out a massive fart. I then drove to a gas station. I got out of my car, and some old lady quickly parks her car behind me and angrily slams her car door, comes up to my face, and starts screaming, "Just who do you think you are? Farting in my face like that, you're lucky I didn't call the cops on you." She writes down my license plate number and drives off fast. I stood there confused for like 5 minutes. I never told this to anyone. There's been quite a bit of dark stuff in this thread, so I know this might feel like whiplash to leave this in. However, I think we can all benefit from a little levity right now. Thank you, Subway Farter. Story 42. I'm 32 and still suck my thumb to help me sleep or when just sat idly alone. Edit. Wow, I feel a lot less like a weirdo now. Thanks, guys. By the way, my teeth aren't that effed up. I mean, for British standards, they're great. Story 43. My wiener is smaller than average. Please leave your story in the comments. I would love to make a video on them in the future. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.